What are your thoughts on Raven?
Raven is weird, but Raven. Let's see, how can I explain it where everybody can understand? If you don't know Raven, he's weird. He's always talking. Sometimes you wonder if he's even listening to you because he's always going to tell you what he thinks, whether you want to hear it or not. And he'll tell you, I don't care if you don't want to hear it, but this is what I think. And he's always going to tell you what he thinks. Always. But he's smart. And when I say smart, he's smart as in he know the business. Like, he was talking to me one day. He's like, I realized they don't have nothing for me coming up. So you know what I did? What'd you do? Well, I was on a plane and I set up 6 weeks of things I could do. Really? You just sat there and just, he said it took me about maybe 45 minutes. I figured out 6 weeks of work I can do. Really? I said, you think they're going to use that shit? He said, not only are they going to use it, but I heard it's going to, he said, not only are they going to use it, but I made it up with you. And I laughed. I said, now I know they're not going to use it because I'm not working with you. I said, no, if they want me to work with you, I'll do it. But Raven's really smart when it comes to wrestling.
Did they end up using it?
He just wrote it. So it's going to take time to see what they're going to do. But it's funny because I seen a skit that Raven and Jeff Hardy.
Right.
And the skit was one of the deals that he said to me on the play. So they might, instead of using me, they might have did it with Jeff. But Raven's good. So they respect him too.
What about Sabu?
Sabu is, I met Sabu from WCW. It was when I first met him. And then we did a show in LA and I talked to him. He's a really cool guy. He's serious about wrestling. If you ever sat and talked with him, he take wrestling serious. And anybody that's in wrestling and you sit down and talk with him, you realize, he has that mentality for the business.
Right.
Love him.
Monty Brown.
Monty Brown's a cool guy. Monty Brown put a lot into it. When I say a lot into it, he was in TNA at one point, and then they stopped using him for a while. And all of a sudden, now he's like one of the top guys in TNA, which is nice because that proves that, anybody could be a top guy, not just top guys coming from another company. But he take TNA seriously. You'll see him going over vignettes or, one time he showed me a notebook of a bunch of things that he wrote out. They wasn't even using them for, do vignettes. And he already wrote out a bunch of things he could do. So he take wrestling just as serious as, the rest of us.
How's Jerry Lynn been with you guys? Jerry
Lynn is good. And I tell Jerry Lynn this so much. He's one of the people that I'll go to and say, I'm thinking about this, that. What do you think? And it's not a lot of people you go to because they're like, yeah, that sounds good. And that's not what I want to hear. I want to hear, well, this makes sense, but no, maybe you need to move this or that. Or he'll say, yeah, it's good, and tell me why he think it's good. So Jerry Lynn, to me, is like, one of the best. He's really up there and the person I respect and respect his opinion on wrestling.
How about Shane Douglas?
Shane's the same way. Serious about wrestling. I met Shane back in WCW. He on the Saturday tapings, he used to work with us. We'd go out there and wrestle, and he would explain to us what he thought and why we should do whatever it is he wanted us to do. And then he used to talk to us about talking. He said, if you're out there, it's okay to talk with the fans, even though a mic is not in your hand. So that all those things I learned from him early in my career is the same things I see from him now in TNA.
What are your thoughts on Abyss?
Abyss is good. Let me tell you how I really respect him. And there was one point where they said he was released or whatever it was. And I was just talking about this with a guy named Scully. But there was one point where they said he was released. Actually, me, David, and Abyss, we were supposed to do a match, a 3-way. But then they said he got fired because he was supposed to get more money and something happened. They didn't re-sign his contract. So they was going to release him.
Right.
So long story short, I got pissed. So we went out there, did the match, and then I came. I was yelling with everybody. I called up Dixie. I said, Dixie, you told me if I ever had a problem, I can call you. Well, I'm calling you. Why would we let somebody like Chris go? He's a big guy. He can go. Half the big guys we got can't go. All he can do is talk on the mic. I said, Chris is one of those people that deliver in the ring, and that's what we need. He can work with cruiserweights, work with big guys. He can do crazy matches, take crazy bumps.
Right.
Why the hell would we develop him, make him as good as he is, and then give him to another company? And then Dixie was like, I understand your concerns. I'm glad you called me, but we're going to do something. I'll take care of it. I'll look into it. I'll fix it. And then I found out that they did fix it, but they didn't tell us. And then they brought him back. And then I was mad at everybody.
I was going to ask you if they were mad that they worked the boys.
Yeah, then I was mad. Then I was mad because they worked us. But at first it wasn't a work. But then once they brought him back, they didn't say anything. So then it was a work. But then I got pissed off with that because, first of all, I take wrestling serious. I take TNA serious. I believe we all have to do our part. if we're gonna compete with WWE. So I didn't think it made any point for them to rib us, because how much money are they gonna make off ribbing us?
Right.
That was my attitude about it. But they said they did it for a reason because they had leaks in the office. They didn't know who to trust. So it wasn't really about us. It was more about them. But they got to fix in-house first. So that was their answer to me.
Do you think AJ and Chris will stay when their deals are up?
Which Chris?
Daniels.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I don't know. But if TNA is smart, they'll do what it takes to keep them.
What is your current contract status?
Mine's up.
Is it okay?
Mine's up, and it was up in January. I didn't realize it until I went home one day, and my wife was like, you signed your contract back in January, right? This is March.
What? Do they know that?
Yeah. As soon as I found out, got on the computer. No, I didn't. As soon as I found out, I said, when I go to the next show, I'll talk to Jeff.
Right.
And I pulled Jeff aside, and I talked to him. I said, Jeff, my contract's up. And what did I say? Jeff, my contract's up. I can't believe my contract's up. Nobody said anything or whatever it is. And then he's like, oh, it must be. No. He said to me, no, your contract's not up. You got another year. I said, no, I only signed for a year. He said, are you positively sure? I said, I remember when I signed for my contract. I don't remember the exact date, but I remember they wanted me to do it for 2 years, and I wouldn't. I only did it for 1.
Right.
So he said he'll look into it. And then a couple of days later, he emailed me and said, we'll take care of it. What will we have to do to keep you? And then I typed him in whatever. And then he said, we'll look into it right away, and I'll do whatever we can. He actually said, I'll do whatever I can. I'll even fight for you. And I typed back to him, you should fight for me because I will definitely fight for the company. And then he said he'll get back to me on the next show.
And it's nothing yet?
Yeah, the show is still like 2 weeks from now.
Any talks yet with WWE?
No, not really, because I'm looking to go back to Japan.
Okay.
If I don't do it with TNA, I want to go back to Japan because I can't afford to go to WWE and they don't do anything with me. I want to go somewhere where I can start doing something. I don't want to go to a school.
Right.
I don't want to go and be under so much pressure that I can't have fun doing what I'm doing because wrestling should be fun. And when it's fun, that's when you see good matches in the ring.
What are your thoughts on Red and the Maximus?
Red and which ones?
SATs.
Okay. They're all good. Red is better than those guys. When I say better, like I watch tapes all the time. Of course I watch TNA because I work on it, but I watch other wrestlers too. And when you watch all of them together, Red is more crisp than the rest of those guys is. And they do good things too, but like little detailed things that they miss. But they're really cool in and out the ring and so on and so forth. But if they was to ask me which one is the best out of all of them, I would say Red. But when you put them together, like they had a show here at Cyberspace, last time they had a show, they did really good.
Right.
But when you detail pick things like TNA do, and I think that's probably why they're not with TNA right now.
What about Kid Cash? What are your thoughts on Kid Cash?
Kid Cash is a true heel. He is a true heel. He's a heel in and out the ring. He really respects wrestling. He don't respect people that don't respect wrestling. Some of the things we think he say, so you'll either like him or hate him.
You get along with him outside the ring?
Actually, outside the ring, well, inside the ring, we've done a couple of things together, no problems. Outside the ring, we talk, like best of friends. I don't think he say anything behind my back, and I have nothing negative to say about him. I've heard a lot of things about him, but I don't have any problems with him or I like the way he is. Some things he say I think is kind of over the top, but that's
as far as
Cash.
like what? What's he?
I like one deal he said something about AJ in a magazine about how AJ got his push and he don't think he should have got it. And my deal was if he would have got the push or I would have got the push AJ got, you'd be a fool to say no. So, but that's my own point of view. Cash may look at it different and feel whatever it is. And then after he said that, then him and AJ talked about it and everything is settled. So,
when Vince Russo was on top in TNA, do you think he put himself on TV too much?
I guess you could say. I don't know if he put himself on TV because I asked him about that too, and he said it's not that he want to be on TV; they want him on TV.
Right.
So Vince never has. If you really talk to Vince, Vince don't want to be on TV. Vince want us to be on TV. He want us to do promos. He just want to do the behind the scene work. But it got to a point where they wanted him on TV, and then it turned into a little bit till every single show he was on TV, and he did not want to be on TV.
Do you feel that TNA can compete with Vince?
Which Vince? Oh, Vince,
yeah,
WWE
yeah.
Vince? We will. Only thing with us and them right now, our biggest problem is they can do a lot of things that we can't do. Like we're at Disney right now, so we can't do the girls doing certain things or cursing. There's very minimum cursing on TNA. There's a lot of things that they can get away with because they've been around a lot longer than us. They donate money to certain things and all this other stuff.
Right.
So a lot of things that they can get away with, we can't. So we have to be careful of what we do.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.